Big up, everyone. Big up. Hope you all are doing fine. Whichever part of the world you're joining us from, I would like to thank every single one of you massively for joining me in this new series called Global Perspective. This is actually episode 2 of Global Perspective already. If you all may remember, earlier on when I started the channel, I did the Global Perspective with uh, via video now. But now this Global Perspective series is going live, where we'll be hearing from live guests from all across the globe. And today I have a very special guest with me, actually. But before I introduce the guest, I would like to say a big thanks to every single one of you who have subscribed to Step Up Spurs for the last 3 weeks or so. Since we started this journey together, and we have now reached more than 100 subscribers, which is a milestone for me. Actually, I didn't imagine that it will be this fast, like, really. But I really want to appreciate every single one of you for the love and for the support that you all have given me over the last 3 to 4 weeks. It means a lot to me personally. I mean, it's very encouraging for me. And I am thrilled, actually, and I'm absolutely excited where what we can do through this platform here at Step Up Spurs, and what kind of conversations we can have uh, about Spurs, about football, about things related to football, and what kind of dialogues we can create here. And I'm absolutely enthusiastic about what's ahead for Step Up Spurs and this channel. Big up to every single one of you in the comments there. I think currently some of you are just joining. We have Lukman, Yunus, Sang, Eugene. Hi everyone. Big up. Levy out. Yes, Levy, get out. uh and yeah, I just wanted to say, if you're doing the chat and you're excited about this new series, if you have any questions about now Pakistan and football, like today, because we are doing the Global Perspective tour with a Pakistani fan. And if you have any questions about Pakistan football, sports in Pakistan, Spurs in Pakistan, like how on earth there's how is the Spurs community like in Pakistan, put them all up in the chat. I will ask our guests on behalf towards the end as we start the conversation as well. And if you would like to ask anything in general as well, I mean, about Spurs, if you have anything that you would like us to talk about tonight, put it up in the chat as well. I'll try to make sure that, yeah, we cover as much as possible. We have about, I think, 1.5 hour today to discuss every single thing. So I'm absolutely excited about this one. And first of all, a couple of things I just wanted to share with us, like what's ahead for this week. So tonight, yeah, I'm doing Global's Perspective, and then tomorrow night, actually, I'll be doing a show with a Chelsea fan to discuss our upcoming London derby fixture, against Chelsea. So we'll be having Chelsea fan. His name is JP. He has a channel called The Time Added On, the Added Time podcast, I think he called it. So he'll be joining me tomorrow night here. I think it will be morning in Canada. I think he's from Canada, and so that will be at about I think, if I'm not mistaken, 4 p.m. GMT. Hello, big up Adama. Adama is joining us from Gambia Spurs. Big up. And yeah, I think I'm done with my intro, and now I would just like to introduce us to our guest. So actually, I think many of you may not know, like, and you all might be wondering why actually I started this journey with, like, from Pakistan. Like, why Pakistan out of all the countries? So if you all don't know, actually, I am originally from Pakistan as well, but I have been living in Malaysia for now the last 9 years or so. And actually, and it was just a coincidence, basically, how this Global Perspective episode came about. I was actually just scrolling through one day over my FB, and I realized actually there's a Spurs fan base in Pakistan as well, and that's how I get to know the tonight's guest. And yeah, if so I thought that, yeah, why not start the Global Perspective series from home? Like, I mean, Pakistan is like a home to me. I mean, my grandparents still stay there. I have a big family there as well. And but I've been staying now in Malaysia for the last 9 years or so. I haven't gone back since then. So I thought that, yeah, if I want to start a journey, why not start that journey from where I was started, like where I came into being. So that's the main reason actually why I'm starting this from Pakistan. And many of you may not know actually where Pakistan is. Basically, Pakistan is a neighboring country to India in South Asian region, and rich in agriculture. They are very good in sports. A very cricket dominating country. I mean, football is not that popular there, but we are seeing some good developments there in their football as well. Like I was having a good chat with our guest for tonight, and he was sharing with me some really positive stuff that is happening in football as well. And yeah, they have Spurs fan base there. I mean, what can be the more positive thing than having a Spurs fan base in a country of Pakistan? I mean, imagine like where there is the country which is dominated by cricket, and you have a Spurs fan base there in as a representative there. And this particular guy who I met, his name this brother, his name is Danial, and he is from the city of Peshawar in Pakistan. And to my surprise, actually, he's like the pioneer of the Spurs community there. Uh, how did I become a football fan? Actually, I'll share about my journey a bit as well later on. So yeah, Pakistan is cricket dominated. Yes. How did I? Actually, I was not even a cricket person. I used to play badminton when I was back in Pakistan. But I'll share about that later a little bit. So yeah, let's talk about our guest a bit. So yeah, his name is Daniel, and he actually started a Facebook page just for the Spurs community in Pakistan. And that's how I got to know him actually via that page as well. And through that page now, actually, his page has about 100,000 over followers, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel. So without further ado, let's invite Daniel up on the stream. Hello, brother. How you doing? It's quite late in
Hello,
Pakistan
thank
as
you
well.
so
It's
much. Thank you so much.
2:38.
Yes, thank you so much, Ilyas, for having me tonight. Thank you.
No, thank you for actually coming on, like, and sharing your perspective with us. So how is it like currently? Is it quite cold out there, or is the weather okay in Pakistan these days
Yes,
at the moment?
it's quite cold here, and it's the winters are about to end now.
I see. Hello, hi, Mr. Ishar. Great to have you here as well. I think he's your friend, right? Is it Daniel?
Yes,
He's your friend.
he's from Pakistan.
Oh,
Yes,
great, great, great. So I'll try to mix up the conversation as well. Like we can speak a little bit in Urdu. मेरी उर्दू अभी भी अच्छी है, मैं उर्दू पढ़ भी लेता हूँ और मैं बोल भी लेता हूँ. तो अगर किसी ने उर्दू में सवाल करना हो कोई, या कोई आपने टाइप करना हो तो उर्दू में बेशक आप टाइप कर दें. मैं उर्दू पढ़ लेता हूँ, मैं लिख भी लेता हूँ बल्कि उर्दू. तो any questions you all would like to ask in Urdu, you can actually also ask in Urdu as well in the chats. Like, and I would love to answer them, and I would translate on behalf for the rest of the fans as well in English. So let's start. I mean, I think Adama was earlier asking me this question. Um, Big up, bro. She was asking me this question, like, why football? I mean, Pakistan is such a cricket dominated country. Like, I mean, where you come from, Daniel, as well, I think Peshawar. Um, in the northern side, we see a lot of cricketers coming from there. Like Shahid Afridi is one of the players I think I remember is from that region as well. And cricket is such a hugely populated spot there. Why football? Like, how did you end up becoming like a very, very great football enthusiast? Tell us a bit more about that.
no, actually in Pakistan, yes, it's a very, I mean, it's cricket dominated country, but there are a lot of places where you will see people playing football and loving football, like the in Karachi, the Liari site, and when you go to Balochistan, the Quetta site, and from in the north we can see Chitral and Gilgit-Baltistan. There people love football and they try to know play more games like which are include
I
and
lost you
started
there a bit.
loving it.
I lost you there a bit. You were talking something about Karachi, I think. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry for the interruption. I think
Yeah, yeah, you can continue now. You're better. You're better now, actually. Daniel, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, I think it's better now. It's better.
Yes, it's fine now. So
Yep.
basically,
Yep.
there are a lot of places in Pakistan where people like to play football and they watch football. There are many fans in Pakistan as well. They support big clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, and other clubs.
I see. So I think you also mentioning from me to me the other day when I was having a chat with you. You actually come from a family of footballers. Like there are a lot of footballers in your family as well, right? Is it is it true?
Yes, in my family, we have footballers. My cousin Muhammad Rasool, he was a professional player for Pakistan football team and Karachi Electric, and he's now retired. And my second cousin, the younger one, Alamgir Ghazi, he plays for Pakistan Wabda, and he also plays for the international team.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so actually I was having a chat with him and he mentioned to me that
Yeah.
his cousins used to play football. And one of your cousin even used to play in the Qatar League as well, I think previously, right? You mentioned to me last time.
Yes, he went to Qatar for yes, he also went for Qatar for football. Yeah,
Yeah.
unluckily he didn't get any chances, so he came back to Pakistan.
Yeah, I think you mentioned to me. Tell us a little bit about it. Like, how is football development like in Pakistan? Like, do you have academies there that actually start training you from the grassroots football, or is it more like social? Is it more like a social development sport? Like, let's say you start playing in your local neighborhood, or you start playing in a club, and then from there you rise up. What's the system like at the grassroots level in Pakistan towards football? If you can share with us a bit.
If we can see that in cricket and in other field sport, we have so many academies and institutions which allow grassroots to play players at grassroots level. But in football, there are not any clubs and academies for the younger ones. So they mostly the players also the professional players who are playing for Pakistan football team, they mainly play for amateur clubs without any pay, without any wages, without any facilities. So, and the younger ones, they only play at school level or university level, or maybe at district or interprofessional levels. And these tournaments are only organized in once a year or twice a year. So mainly the development is not so good, and the structure is not up to the mark to improve the players.
I see. Yeah, because I can understand coming from a country where even I think like let's just say I mean if you hear about sports in general in Pakistan, I think we hardly see academy structure in Pakistan. Like you hardly see any sports academies there. So I guess like let's just say for you, how did you started playing football when you were young? I think you mentioned that you were from Chitral. I think was it back in Chitral you started playing, or when you were in Peshawar, that's when you started playing football?
Yes, I played football at my school and in my college. So in Chitral, it's a very famous sports. Everyone loves to play, and everyone loves to be in football. So I use I used to play football at my younger age. Then I played maybe provincial levels where I represented Pakistan. So it was my journey of football. I didn't make it to any pro teams because we don't do that here in Pakistan.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, because you did the scouting, and also the other thing is there like a local league there, or let's just say a system where the footballers can compete with each other at the national level to make it big in the international stage first? Is there a local league? Like, I mean, of course, I don't expect it to be something like Premier League, definitely. But is there any form of league at the
Mhm.
moment running in Pakistan that like at like that province versus province or state versus state or something like that? Tell us a bit more about that.
No, at domestic level, we don't have any leagues. So we only had two leagues in the past, which were organized by the Pakistan Football Federation. One was the oldest, the National Challenge Cup, and the other one was Pakistan Premier League. So after FIFA banned Pakistan Football Federation twice, one in
Oh,
2017 and the other was in 2021 for misconduct for a third party involvement in the business of Pakistan Football Federation.
yeah, I think that is one of the other common issues as well. Like there's a lot of third
Mm,
party involvement in the sports association. I remember because when I used to play badminton back in 2013, 2014 as well, I remember there was a ban on the badminton federation as well. It was a similar thing, like the third party involvement. And I mean, it's definitely a sad thing to see in sports where when the politics come in and ruin the sports. And I mean, the sad part to see that is like let's say there are players, there are athletes who are on their way to become the next big thing, and then the politics come in and their career is at a pause. So I wonder how did like players cope up with such a situation where there's a ban on your association and there's no league running, like, and of course you can't participate internationally. How does that go about? Like, can you even have like local tournaments still to keep them fit, to keep them going, at least any form of development at the local level? How does that sort of season work out? Because something like that is pretty common, I think, in Pakistan, right?
Yes, to be honest, we have some small tournaments like in Balochistan and KPK region. They yearly they organize once a big tournament. So it will be all Pakistan tournament. So every team from Pakistan will can uh, can play there. So these players basically they will play very small tournaments. There are no big major tournament. They will do their training by their own. They will go to the matches by their own. They will stay in the hotels. Even they will pay for their taxi by their own.
Wow.
So these are the situations you can imagine.
Like even your transport you have to pay on your own when you go for a tournament, and that's a local tournament, right?
Yes,
Wow. So I mean, it's
they
it, it is
this
it is indeed a sad thing to see.
yes, very sad thing. A lot of the players they I've seen them. I've seen personally a lot of players go so a lot of stress. So they I can't tell you what they even they have tried suicide attempts.
Wow, that's sad.
Yes, these are the conditions, and in our country, football is we have talent, a lot of talent. Everyone is there to give his 100%, but due to these politics, so involvement in the businesses of this football federation, the players suffer. The players suffer a lot.
I see. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of sad to see that. Definitely. Um, and just wanted to ask you, like, growing up in that sort of environment, why you still? I mean, I wonder still that question. Why you still choose to support football? And now, I mean, the thing is, you could have just chosen a better sport. Like, you could have been a massive cricket fan. Why football? I mean, in that, despite those sort of situations, why football? Like, for I mean, we all live in a culture where we want to follow something that earns earns you royalty rights or bragging rights in certain environments, or you can actually say that, okay, my team has been winning Champions League, or my country
Mm.
is like out there. I mean, if like, let's just say uh, a Brazilian fan telling me, yeah, they sport football. I understand they have a great history in football. I mean, you could have been sporting hockey or squash, one of those sports, but why football?
I like it from the start. I like to play football, and then I get involved in watching football. So I chose Spurs. So after choosing Spurs, I've been a lot of I've been through a lot of stress as well. People there are in
Stress.
our country. In our country, yes, in our country, people always support big clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United. So it's
Arsenal.
a yes, Arsenal. We can't say Arsenal is a big club, but okay, if you say
But they
so.
have a massive,
But
if I'm not mistaken, Arsenal have a massive fan base in Pakistan as well, right?
yes, absolutely, massive fan base.
They
Yes,
have a massive
so
fan
I.
base from the
Hmm.
Thierry Henry days, and I think like when I used to stay back there, I think you would hardly, like, I didn't even know that Spurs exist back then. Like everywhere you go, you either see a Arsenal fan or you either see a Man United fan. I wonder how is it like these days?
Man
Is it
United fan.
still the two?
Yes, still the situation is like this. I don't see any real fans for sure. A lot of people are there supporting big clubs. I think they are just glory hunters. They didn't see the if someone say came and said to me that Spurs is a small club, it didn't have won anything, so I can answer him because I know the history of the club. I know the players. I know the reality, what's in that. If we if we look at the history, we have won so many titles. We are the first British club to win a European trophy, and
Exactly.
after winning the UEFA competition, we were the first British club to win two major different European competitions. We were the first team to win the FA Cup without being in the league. Without being in the league, we won the FA Cup. And
Yeah.
in 1960s, we did the double. It's the first British team to did the double, and we won the Europa League, the inaugural Europa League. So we
Yeah.
have won a lot of trophies. It's not that we haven't.
Yeah. I like the point that you brought about the history, because yeah, Spurs is rich in history. So was it the Spurs history that inspired you to become a Spurs fan, when you were supporting them, or was it like their recent glory, or recent success, or the recent stars that we have signed? First of all, how long have you been a Spurs fan? I would like to ask that first to get things
To
going.
be honest, I was following Spurs from late. I mean, from the 2010, I was following them, but I became a real fan after Pochettino. When Pochettino arrived at the club, I didn't know any games that I have missed watching, so I enjoyed a lot during Pochettino's era.
So you have been following Spurs since 2010. How old were you? Like 12 years old, I suppose.
No, I was 12 or 13 years.
Yeah, 12 or 13 years old. So
Yes,
I mean, it's not true, by the way, guys, when we say that, okay, the youngsters only follow the clubs that win things. No, it's not true. This guy has been following Spurs since 2010, before the Pochettino era, before Harry Kane. So a big
yes,
salute to this
before
guy.
that
He has
came.
been following Spurs since that era, but I understand that you became a massive hardcore fan during Pochettino era, I suppose.
Yes, we have seen Modric, we have seen Bell, we have seen
Yeah,
many players who the present Spurs supporters. I think they didn't have them play there.
I see. Yeah, I mean, that's always a good thing that actually, yeah, you followed a club that had talent, that had pure talent, not just trophies. I think, is that the reason why you went for Spurs and not Man United, Chelsea, or those clubs? Because those clubs were doing really well in that era when you started following Spurs.
Yes, at that time, United were winning the Premier League, the Champions League. They were always there with the big teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid. But I chose to Spurs because I don't even know myself why I chose this Spurs, but I like them playing. So I said, why not this team? Everyone is going for the big teams. We will go to have Spurs.
Yeah.
And after watching 1 to 2 seasons, I fell in love with Spurs.
I mean, who doesn't love Spurs? I mean, I was sorry. I was going to say that which Spurs fan actually know why they ended up supporting Spurs? I mean, I also don't know why I ended up supporting Spurs. And I just for the record, for those who don't know, actually, I started sporting Spurs in like the worst time somebody can ever sport Spurs. I started sporting Spurs when Nuno was our manager. So that's why I wonder like why I started sporting Spurs at that sort of an era. But my first game that I watched Tottenham play was, I mean, I was following Premier League, but that time I was not really serious about any team. So I watched them beat Man City that season, and I really enjoyed that football, that game, and I really loved it. So going back to your Spurs journey, what were your who's your favorite Spurs player, by the way, at the moment or in the past? Like, who's your favorite Spurs player of all time? Just curious.
To be honest, I like all of them. They were they were all are good, but at the moment, my favorite player is Sonny.
Wow,
You mean Son? Yes.
the
So
Asian bond is strong there, right?
yes, Sonaldo. We call him
So now,
Sonaldo here.
yeah, Will
Yes,
Stewart, are you in the stream? If you're hearing that, yeah, he's your friend. I have a friend actually. He's a massive Sunny fan as well. His name is Will.
yes.
Should introduce you to him one day. Uh,
Everyone loves Son. Everyone
Everyone
loves
loves
Sonny.
no, actually not everyone loves Son. There are some fans out there on the Twitter who wants him to be benched behind
Mm,
Richarlison and Danuma, which I don't understand still. So it's not true that everyone loves Spurs. There are some really some weird fans who somehow wants to drop Son and play Richarlison and Danuma over him. I don't understand that one. But yeah, I'm Son is actually so for me actually Son and Kane are both like kind of equal. I don't differentiate much between them. um Somehow my favorite defender is Eric Dyer, which I also don't get why I support him. uh but it's all fun basically supporting Spurs. uh I think one of your friend is asking this question. Okay, next season में Tottenham के साथ होंगे कि नहीं? Like, so basically for those who don't know, he's basically this friend of ours is asking like whether Kane will be
yes.
with Tottenham next season or not. We'll go into that later. And just want to ask you, Daniel. Now, Spurs is a kind of team that doesn't win trophies, definitely. And I think you have been following Spurs longer than me. Are you sort of like you know that in the Spurs fan base now there's this thing going on like, uh, do you think that Daniel Levy should continue to stay, or do you think that yeah, it's time for Daniel Levy to make way for someone to come in? And is it now the Daniel Levy problem only, or is it now the unique like with the ownership problem in the club that is kind of hindering us from our glory? What's your take on that particular idea?
To be honest, at the first, I wasn't involved in the levy out. So everyone was coming out, Twitter and YouTube, Facebook, everyone was trying to pressurize Mr. Levy to sell the club. But he has done a lot of blunders in the past and is currently doing these at the moment. The first one, he didn't sign anyone. When Pochettino was about maybe one puzzle away from making the making the Premier League or the Champions League, he didn't sign one player in 2 seasons. So his was the biggest blunder to not back up Pochettino when he had to back Pochettino. So after sacking him, he went on to bring Nuno. We all know how it ended. So after that, sorry, how he brought Mourinho to convince Kane and other members to stay at Spurs and then bring on Nuno. They didn't end well, and after that we have gone to Conte. Now he hasn't backed Conte, so we can see he has. It's not that he haven't backed him at the transfer market. We have spent a lot, but what about the recruitment? Who has done them? There are a lot of big problems at the club. I think the scouting and the recruitment has been so bad. We have bought players like for 65 million pounds. We bought Ndombele, and after that Giovanni Lo Celso, who both are now playing loan on loan at different clubs. So we have, I mean, we have spent. It's not that we haven't spent, but the bigger problem is inside the structure, the recruitment process, and the scouting. So Levy, now I think Levy should sell the club because we have in the past 2 weeks we have been hearing the mm, bits about news of bits about the Iranian American billionaire Najafi. So 3.1 billion, he's setting up a bid of
I think it was
3.1 billion pounds,
3.75 billion actually.
3.75
Yeah,
million dollars and
yeah,
3.1 billion pound. So
yeah, around
it's
there.
a
Yep,
lot of
correct.
money.
Yep. And I
It's a lot
also
of money.
saw one more was, I think the Sir Jim Ratcliffe is another one who has been trying to, I think the Ineos owner is another one who has been interested in our club. But I wanted to understand now this question over the fan base there in Pakistan as well. Of course, I understand that you do have some friends there in Pakistan in your area as well who are Spurs fan. Like, does it really matter to the global Spurs community back in Pakistan? Like the ownership matters, and like does it matter to the fans out there that yeah, our club should be winning trophies, and our club should be doing well in the league, in the cups, and what's the general temperature of the fan base like in back in Pakistan? uh Tell us a little bit more about that, basically.
No, it's not like here because it was fine until Pochettino. We were competing with other teams. We were competing in Premier League. We were competing in Champions League, and we were regular Champions League, a regular Champions League team. So it wasn't a problem for winning trophies because we were competing. Now look at the present. Where are we now? We have gone backwards from Pochettino era. We have gone so backward that 2 seasons back we were playing in Europa Conference League, and see, Arsenal were behind us. Now where are Arsenal? They have spent a lot of money on their team. They have bring on some. I I I won't say they spent big. They have spent big, but they have bring on players, young players. Look at their system, how they brought in players. Look at their scouting. I want and in Pakistan the fans, they don't want big spending. They only want good system. They only want playing best football. Not defensive football. We have been playing in Mourinho's era and Nuno's era, and people are not happy here with Conte as well. The system of Conte,
Oh,
because Conte don't have the players. Conte don't have the players to play. How can we play Emerson Royal at the right back and Ben Davies at the right back when at
sorry, left back, Ben Davis at the left back.
yeah, no, nowadays Perisic is injured, so Ben Davies is playing a left wing back.
Yeah.
So this is not acceptable. At
No, I
Inter
think he's
he
not
he
injured. They're just resting him for a while at the moment. Yeah.
Yes, maybe that's the point. But at Inter he had
Yep.
great players who were
But do you
best
think
going
it's
forward.
like the system problem or is it the personnel problem? Like ये क्या सिस्टम का सारा प्रॉब्लम है ये या सिर्फ उसके पास प्लेयर नहीं है जो सिस्टम में खेल सकते हैं? Like what do you think about that?
यार कॉन्टे का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। मतलब आप देख लें अभी कि कॉन्टे को तो आप लेकर आ गए हैं एक दफा टीम में। अभी उसके लिए वो प्लेयर्स भी चाहिए होंगे ना, जो जो सिस्टम वो खिलाना चाहते हैं उसके लिए वही। आप वो किस तरह खिला सकते हैं कि आप उसके लिए अच्छे विंग बैक ऐसा विंग बैक है ही नहीं कि जो केन के लिए बीच में क्रॉसेस लेकर आए। सही है, जो
हुँ,
इस तरह की गेम खेल सके और वापस आए। और कोंटे का सारा इन्हिसार किस चीज पे होता है कि मतलब उसकी डिफेंस बेस्ट हो। अभी हम सेंटर बैक
wing
किसको
back.
खिला रहे हैं? एरिक डायर को खिला रहे हैं।
Well, Eric
किसको
Dyer is
खिला
not
रहे हैं?
that
एरिक
bad,
डायर को
right?
खिला।
Eric Dyer is not that bad, right? Like, would you rather have Sanchez
He's
there? Just kidding, just
नहीं,
kidding.
एरिक एरिक डायर एरिक एरिक डायर बुरा नहीं है, लेकिन एवरेज है ना। तो जब
Yeah, Eric
आपको
Dyer is average,
कॉन्टे
yeah.
जैसा एक यस, आपको अगर कॉन्टे जैसा एक बेस्ट मैनेजर आप लेकर आए हैं तो उसके लिए प्लेयर भी बेस्ट लेकर आए। आप पूरा सीजन मतलब एक साल आप बेस्टोनी के पीछे चले चले गए थे कि बेस्टोनी को हम लेंगे, इस दफा लेंगे, इस दफा लेंगे। आखिर में बेस्टोनी नहीं आ सका, तो फिर एरिक डायर और सैंचेज से ही काम चलाना पड़ेगा।
Hmm. Okay, let me just
तो
take a few chats here because there are few I think they're all your friends. Do you know this guy actually? He's asking, what is Tottenham? Bro, are you at the right stream by the way? Is he your friend? I think it's just a banter. You know him, is it?
No, I don't.
His name is Joan
No, I
Ahmed.
don't know him.
Oh, you don't know him.
Joe
Yeah, so he's
Ahmed.
asking what is Tottenham.
No, I
Then
don't.
Adama is saying that Tottenham is a football club in North London, England. Yeah, yes, bro. So there you go. Adama has answered. He's a football club in North London, and we are all Spurs fans. So I hope you're the right stream, by the way. Then he's saying something here. I don't understand what language he's speaking. Sorry, bro. I am not that good with the local languages. Kane and Son's love. Yeah, we all love Kane and Son. Who is Ishar Eriksson? Is he like a Christian Eriksson fan?
Yes, he maybe is a Christian Eriksen fan.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I used to love Ericsson as well. Like, I mean, I started supporting Spurs later when he was not no longer with us, but I admire him quite a bit as well. Uh, and Daniel, big fan, love. So yeah, Daniel is a big fan. I mean, he's the guy who started the Facebook channel, and that's how I think he kind of gathered the whole Tottenham fan base. I mean, who would do that? I mean, even these days, the local supporters club even don't do that much work for their local fan bases. But big up, bro. Uh, and Adama is saying Musa Dembele was one of the players I was lucky to watch play. Yeah, I heard a lot about him, and I've watched a few of his videos as well. Musa Dembele used to be a great player, and big up to every single one of you in the chats. If you have any question for
So
Daniel, let me know as
sorry,
well.
sorry to interrupt, but Ilyas, Musa Dembele is my all time favorite Tottenham player. Musa Dembele.
Oh, Musa Dembele was your all-time favorite player.
Yes,
There you
I
go. I
think
mean, Adama, you have a friend here.
I think you should watch his videos
I have
when he
watched his
played.
videos.
Yes, when he played in the midfield, you will see no one. You will
Yeah.
see no from the opponent team. You will see no midfield player there. He was all over the pitch, and when he got the ball, no one can get ball from him.
Yeah, I've seen some of his games there, and I've heard a lot of praise. Like I even see some Tottenham fans saying that since Dembele left us, I think we have never really addressed the midfield issue there, and since then we have been lacking. I think Adama is saying here, Daniel, exactly why I started supporting Spurs. I fell in love with his style of play and Harry Kane. I think it's for a lot of us. I mean, for me, it was Son who kind of made me fall in love, but then later on, it was Kane. So that's why I say like with between Kane and Son, I think I can hardly differentiate. Like I love both of them equally, but with Son, there's a little bit of that Asian element as well. I have a lot of Korean friends here in Malaysia, so they kind of encourage me to always be in that love with Son. So yeah, Son is he takes a slight edge over Kane, but yeah, I love Kane as well. Uh, for me, how about you? How do you like Harry Kane? By the way, Daniel.
Yes, I like not by his goal scoring. Everyone loves Kane because of his goal scoring, but I love because of his playmaking and his passing accuracy. You should see his assists. He's a great passer of the ball.
Wow.
Even
Wow,
even
there's a praise for you. Somebody said Daniel was once the hottest young prospect of the country. Sadly, injuries and corruption in the federation destroyed his career. Wow, that's a high praise, and I think this particular friend of yours is a Southampton fan. Wow, I didn't know there are Southampton fans in Pakistan as well. That's good.
yes, there's a lot of Southampton fans in Pakistan. Yes.
Like I'm pretty surprised actually that so. I mean, yeah, if Daniel would have gotten the chance, he could have been the next Son or next Kane playing for us in Tottenham. I think you used to play as a target man as well, right? When I had a chat with you the other day, you mentioned to me about that.
Yes, I played as a target man and I played as a center back. Two different roles.
He was known as Daniel Crouch in our city. Wow, that's high praise, bro.
Yes, it's because I am 6'7".
Wow, 6 feet 7.
Yes,
That's quite tall. Like I
that's
don't
why.
think I'm. I think I am not even 5 feet 7. I'm like 5 feet 5 or 5 feet 6. I'm pretty small. Uh, yeah. So basically, I mean, I kind of envy all those people who are like 6 feet 5, 6 feet 6, 6 feet 7. Yeah, so you are definitely one of them. But big up to your friend Dilaver Ghazi. And yeah, my friend, he's my friend. His name is Carl Simpson. Carl Simpson, thanks so much for joining us. He's from UK. Carl Simpson is asking, what injuries did you get, Daniel? Like, what were the injuries that hindered you from becoming
Nothing, nothing.
nothing?
I didn't have any injuries.
So your
I
friend is
didn't
just
have.
joking, is it?
He is just joking with me.
But you had some injuries, I suppose. Like, I mean, or
He
is it
was
just
he
that
was
you?
he was just joking with me. He's a Southampton FC supporter, so he was
Oh,
just
okay, okay,
making
okay.
fun of me. Yes,
So
he's
it's
my
just a
own
banter.
friend.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's just a bit of banter.
Yes.
We are glad you didn't have injuries. Not that we are sad that you didn't have injuries, but we are glad that you didn't have injuries. Daniel is a goat. Oh wow, that's another one. Uh, I think Carl Simpson hear me often saying, is it a real compliment or is it just like one of those banter compliments as well? Let us know, Daniel.
It was a banter indeed.
I see. It's a banter as one as well. I think it's like one of those banters I sometimes tell Carl Simpson that Eric Dyer is goat, and then Carl Simpson get really annoyed when I talk about Eric Dyer with him. Like he's a great friend of mine, but Carl Simpson and I we got this banter going on most of the time about Eric Dyer, and then Carl Simpson will say, "Oh, Krish, Elias, can you please stop talking about Eric Dyer?" uh, okay, this is a question here. If Conte leaves, who would you like to see take the managerial position, Daniel?
I would. I'm seeing Conte is leaving at the end of this season. I didn't see him staying here at Spurs beyond his contract. So I would happy to see back Pochettino, but when Pochettino is signing the contract, I want him to write down and get a proper document from Levy that he will back him. Otherwise, he should not come again to Tottenham in any case.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, Carl Simpson is saying Daniel is 100% better than Dyer. By the way, guys, if you all don't know, yes, Daniel used to play as a target man, but he also told me that he can play as a center back. Like I think he started as a center back, right? You mentioned to me, and then you went on to being a target man, right? Something along those lines you mentioned. Yeah, so Daniel can actually play as a center back. So Spurs scouts, if you're watching this stream and you need a center back, please contact me. I'll get you in touch with Daniel. And according to Carl Simpson, he's definitely better than Eric Dyer. So there you have
Of
a
course.
center back. because Daniel can play
we,
as both
we
center back.
no, we are playing. No one would get Eric Dyer. To be honest, no one would get Eric Dyer. We are playing him week in and week out because we don't have anyone on the bench. We don't have a good center back. He would not have been on the bench in a big team like Man United or Manchester City or Chelsea or Liverpool. We are just having him because we don't have anyone. We didn't sign anyone in the summer. That's why
Yep.
we are
By the way, just just
what
just
what
just
can I
just want
say?
to, just want to take a bit of a consensus here because I've been having a debate lately with someone online. Do you think Sanchez is better than Eric Dyer?
Who
Sanchez. Do you think he's better than Eric
to,
Dyer?
to be honest, when I was watching Tottenham, so it was maybe after that Ajax and Man United final, we signed Davinson Sanchez. So he played so poor, Davinson Sanchez, in the final Ajax versus Man United Europa League final. He played so bad. I said, yeah, what we are going to sign, who we are going to sign. This one, he then and at the end of the day, we signed Davinson Sanchez for a club record fee for a defender. He was the club record signing of Spurs. He came and for 1 year maybe he got injured and he played some games. So people said let him have some time, so he will get used to the playing in England. So after that, I haven't seen him play well one
Yeah,
day. He always make errors leading to goal. He always make defensive blunders. So I think I will take Eric Dyer over Sanchez.
Eric Dyer or Sanchez. I mean, it's not even a debate, right? He's
It's
Sanchez
not
is
even a debate.
man,
They are
is
not they are not at the same level.
yeah. I mean, Eric Dyer is way better than Sanchez, but
On his day, Eric Dyer is maybe a Van Dijk. I could say a Van Dijk on his day. No one can beat
that's
him.
Carl Simpson. Are you hearing this one? Eric Dyer on his day is Virgil van Dyer. Okay, this is another one. What about the UCL? I think I think I suppose that your friend is talking about the chances that we might have in UCL. What do you think about our UCL chances this year? Like now currently we are down 1-0 in our aggregate against AC Milan. Do you think we can actually win this tie at the home at our home fixture? And where do you think I think we can go in terms of Champions League this season? Maybe I think share with us a little bit about that.
So at the start of the season, I was very optimistic. To be honest, I was very optimistic because about our chances of winning or going in the quarterfinals or in the semi-finals of Champions League. But after you see that how the injuries changed everything. Rodrigo Bentancur went out, Bissouma went out, we lost Lloris. So I didn't see go as further in the UCL. So it was not a bad performance at AC Milan. To be honest, and San Siro, we played well. The youngster Skippy and um, Sar
Pape Matasar.
in the
Yeah.
midfield. Yes, they played a lot of high press. So they are all pressed. So to be honest, I can see we will give them a tough time here. It will be a margin of games. Inshallah, we will win. I think we will
Yep.
win, inshallah.
Yep. We will. I believe that as well. And Carl Simpson says exactly, Daniel. If we brought sensibly, this team would be strong in our position. Unfortunately, we don't score well. Yeah, I 100% agree with Carl Simpson. Do you want to make any comment on this, Daniel?
Yes, I agree with Carl Simpson. I would say that we should adopt a hybrid system. We should spend on players that are ready to play for us, maybe a good midfielder and a good defender. Then we should adopt also a hybrid system. We should adopt a system of bringing in young players, like how Brighton and Hove Albion, how they bring in good players, young players, and make money. So in Pochettino era, they did a lot of great work. They scouted Tottenham. They scouted great players, like how we brought in Kieran Trippier, how we brought in Son.
Yep. Yeah. Are you there with me, Daniel?
It was a great business. We bought
Yep.
Sony at in Pochettino's era and other great. We 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 should adopt the hybrid system. Yes, I can hear
Yep.
you.
Yep. Okay. Carl Simpson says the lower Dyer for Ward Prowse sounds better. Uh, yeah, I think I love Ward Prowse free kicks. What do you think, Daniel? And would Southampton
I
give us
I
Ward Prowse?
I will pay for the taxi. I will pay for the dire taxi to send him to Spurs.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
this is I think a no-brainer. Like we do need a midfielder like Ward Prowse who can
yes.
take good free kicks, and he's also good with his creative play. Uh, there unfortunately less his concentration. I think this is on the Virgil Van Dyer comment. By the way, thanks Carl Singson for joining us. I think it's 7 p.m. there in UK, so he has to go for his dinner. Lovely to meet you, bro. And yeah, I think I'm planning to have Carl Simpson one day as well on my stream. Carl Simpson, he usually doesn't go to stream, but I'm forcing him to come on my stream one day, and he today said yes he will. So I'm Carl, I'm saying that live. You will be coming on live one day for a stream as well, so remember this. Okay, Sajid Ali Khan is asking why Spurs aren't able to win any major trophies. Is there any jinx or lack of squad depth? I think I'll let you answer this, Daniel. You can talk about this one.
Yes, so we've been close. I think we've been close. We were runner-ups of the Premier League. We played a lot of games during that when I think the Foxes won the Premier League. How Leicester won it. So it was the squad depth. So it let us down there. So I think it was the squad depth that let us a Premier League and a Champions League. We sold Moussa Dembele, I think, 2 weeks before the Champions League final, and Liverpool they were bossing our midfield just because we let Moussa Dembele out of the club. So indeed, it was a squad up matter. If we can see at the present, we can see at the bench, we don't have any good players. We had three midfielders maybe. Bissouma and Bentancur, they are both out now. Who is playing? Look, we are playing with Skip and Sar. They are both maybe 21 or 23 year
And
old.
Hoiberg,
I
Hoiberg.
remember. Yes, Hoybier is there. He's always there. I never read him off because he's always there. He
Yeah,
can play even with broken legs. So when
yeah,
I was watching Spurs, we lost the title to Leicester. We lost the title to Leicester just because we had who was it? Elias, I don't know. Maybe you remember or not. We had a player named Vincent Jensen.
yeah. Vincent
Vincent
Janssen.
Jensen on the bench, and the other was George Nkudu. Nkudu. He is
Yeah,
now
and
in
Kudu.
maybe Nkudu was at the bench. You can imagine how we lacked the squad depth.
Yeah, I remember like recently there was a discussion going on the squad depth as well. Like those days, our like when they signed these players, like now even nobody even knows these players. Where do they play? I think Vincent Janssen maybe a little bit, but
Hmm.
Nkodu, who even cares about that anymore? Uh, and yeah, the Lauer is saying 80 million plus, but not if you guys get relegated though, because they I think in most of these players contract they have a relegation clause, so it might in the end be a better rate. So we shall see that because Southampton is
We will
really like
get him for free. We will
yeah,
get him for free. Just wait to
yeah,
get them relegated.
yeah. In case you get relegated, then we are getting that for free. But I mean, I'm actually surprised that yeah, there's even Southampton fan base in Pakistan. I didn't expect that one. I mean, really, is it Norwich fans as well in Pakistan? I don't know. Norwich or Sheffield or Nottingham Forest.
No, I think after the Leicester won the title, there are a lot of I mean Leicester fans here in
Leicester,
Pakistan.
like, understandable. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I think when I was there as well, there were quite a few Leicester fans there, but I
Mm.
didn't imagine like there are Southampton fans as well. Um, but Dilawar, yeah, I mean, get in touch with me by the way, Dilawar. Like even in future, if when we play Southampton, I usually do shows with rivals as well, so you can get in touch with me on my email stepupspurs@gmail.com. I would love to do a show with you as well. Like we'll have a bit of banter there, to discuss about it. Like
Yes.
I'm doing a rival show tomorrow night with a Chelsea fan as well, by the way. So yeah, if any of you are free, just jump on. He's also one of the he also run his own channel as well. So going back to the Spurs right now, so what do you think? What do you think is the Spurs community like in Pakistan? Like, do you guys do watch-alongs, or do you guys meet up regularly for games, tournaments, or just having your get-along? So, is it just your own friends that meet up, or do you guys do like watch parties, anything like that back in there? How is it like as a community back in Pakistan for Spurs fans?
So we don't have any, I think, maybe like in Western cultures and in other parts of the world, there are pubs and people go to the pub on weekend and on match days, they will sit with their friends and watch matches. So in Pakistan, we don't have the culture of going out with friends on match day. We don't have even places where we can
No, I
sit
mean,
and
do you
watch.
guys like, let's say, gather at like, let's say, people's house just for a meal
Yes,
and
we do
watch
that. We do
major
that.
games
We do.
together?
Yes,
Yeah,
we do that. We do that on major. I think on major days. Like I remember we watched the Real Madrid versus Tottenham. The our home at our home we beat them. Dele Alli and Eriksen scoring. We watched. I remember them. We watched that game and the Champions League final. Yes,
I
we
see.
streamed that the Champions
Also,
League
so
final.
you guys did stream that one, I suppose.
Mhm.
And then, how often do you guys usually meet up? Like, in your locality as well? Like, how many Spurs fans are there in your own local region?
I think maybe a few in my region because in my regions it is very dominated by other clubs, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and other Premier League clubs. So I we only gather my own friends. So most of my friends are Spurs. Everyone is Spurs. Like these guys commenting on my our stream.
Oh, okay. So all these are your friends, the lover,
Yes.
Sajid. Sajid is also your friend
Dilawar,
as
Sajid and Izhar are my friend. Dilawar,
well.
just
Big
know
up,
him online.
Sajid
I
and
haven't
Nizar.
seen him by
Yeah,
face.
thanks for giving me your friend's time on a Thursday night. I really appreciate that. By the way, he could be there with you having some snacks, but he's there with me tonight. Thanks for lending him to me for this show. Adama says Pochettino is the man for the job. Yeah, I mean I agree. Pochettino, if he returns, he would definitely do his job well. But I agree with I agree with Daniel. Like if he were to come back, then he needs to get something concrete, something solid from Levy to let him go. So Adama, yeah, I think it's their prayer time there. Yeah. Uh, uh, so yeah, thanks for joining us, Adama. We'll see you at our show tomorrow if you're free. Join us for the Chelsea show with the rival. Uh, Going back to you again. What is your general feel like of the fan base there, like the Pakistan fan base? Do you have people who once in a while go to the games as well in UK to watch that? Any Have you been to any of the games in UK before, Daniel?
No,
As you
no,
know,
no,
because
I
the
haven't.
visa is so hard to get. The
Yes, the
Pakistani
visa is
passport.
too hot for Pakistanis.
Yeah, it's not that, it's not so for those of you who actually don't know, I mean, for Pakistan it's not that easy to get a visa to any of the Western countries. The European visa especially is not that easy, so these guys have to really rely a lot on the games in the on the TV as well. Like I don't think many of the fans can actually just simply go in there, and plus the currency there and the economic situation, I think it's not that great that they can travel. Unlike I mean, Malaysia is not still too bad. in terms of the economy. So I think in Malaysia, like their local fan base, they still do some. A lot of them once in a year or twice a year they do go for some games. But I think in Pakistan it's not the same situation. Um, but I heard that Tottenham itself, the area, they have a lot of Pakistani food there. I heard. Like some of my friends, they went over to the Tottenham Hotspur, that stadium, and the area around there. They have a lot of good Pakistani food actually,
Mm.
and they have
Yes,
a lot of
I also heard about that. Levi is good at restaurants and at drinks, so he may he may have built good food for us.
Yep, so definitely, Daniel. If one day things get better for Pakistan, yeah,
Hmm.
then you should actually try going to the Tottenham area and yeah, enjoy the Pakistani food there. Some of my friends say that if you go to Tottenham, it kind of feels like that area does feel like if you're in India or Pakistan, because there are a lot of Indian restaurants and Pakistani restaurants in that vicinity. I have not been there yet. Maybe in the next 2 years, once I get my things sorted out as well, I would go there one day as well. And how about, like, let's just say merchandising as well? Like when you all buy your merchandise and all that, do you buy it locally or do you guys have to like place order all the way from club shop? Because if I'm not mistaken, the merchandise would be crazy expensive for if you buy the original one. Like, how is it like for in Pakistan, the merchandise sales and all that? Like, do you guys buy it together from the club shop and then distribute it, or how does it work in Pakistan?
It's very, to be honest, I think it's very tricky to order things from outside. So we have to have our own credit cards so we can buy from the official website. So we wait for the sale for the sale, so winter sale or summer sale,
I
and
see.
yes, when the prices get down, so we will order them. So it will take maybe 2 months, 2 months to ship here.
Wow, that's a lot of time. Like, I mean,
A
just
lot of
for
time, yes.
I mean,
It's
why this is one question I asked, like, why do you put us through this situation of waiting 2 months for the merchandise of a club that doesn't mean anything?
yes, but it's love.
It's
It's
love, right?
price.
I mean, it's a love
It's
of Spurs.
priceless. It's priceless. We can do
Yeah.
whatever it takes to have.
And overall, like, what are your main highlights as a Spurs fan? What was your favorite moment being a Spurs fan all these years, like last 10 years plus? Actually, you have been a Spurs fan.
Yes. So there are a lot of moments, but I'll choose only two. The first one is the Battle of the Bridge. I think you have heard about it. Chelsea versus Tottenham 2-2. We went ahead 2-0 at the halftime, and after second half we we drew 2-2 and we were out of the title race against Leicester City, and Leicester won the title. It's called
Yeah.
the Battle of the Bridge. It was a so intense game. I think we had received 9 yellow cards, and Chelsea also received four or maybe five. It was a very memorable game, and after that, I can see the Amsterdam game, how we came back from that Champions League first leg, and after the second leg, we did it. Lucas Moura scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
So these two was very memorable games.
The IX game, I think any fan of this decade, they would always remember
Mm.
that game. Like, it has been amazing for many fans out here. Uh, and you mentioned that Musa Dembele is your favorite player of all time. Uh, right?
Yes, Musa Dembele. I think you should start watching him. His early games. If you
Yeah.
watch him, so he's like he was like water. He would have gone through any spaces. He would see a he would see a little bit of space he will pass through, and no one will get the ball out of him. He was so strong. He would have, I think, defended the ball so well. He would play. He can play at the front of the back three, and he will go to the opponent box and he will score. He will assist. He was such a great player to watch. But
Yeah.
indeed, the injuries, I think, injuries did not go well with him.
Yep. By the way, everyone, for those of you who are watching there, if you have any questions for Daniel, like you would like to know anything about Pakistan, and yeah, if any of you want to go to Pakistan, you're planning a tour, you can actually ask that info as well. Actually, the place where Daniel say is a beautiful region as well, I suppose. The northern areas are beautiful, right? Daniel, tell us about that a little bit. The weather, the beautiful spots of the northern areas. What are they? The attractions there for tourists who would want to visit Pakistan one day?
Yes, there are a lot of, I mean, tourist attractions in Pakistan. You can, I think you can imagine there at at the same time we have scorching heat, maybe 35 to 38 degrees in Karachi, and at the same time we'll have snow in Charminar, and we'll have snow in Chandigarh. So
Okay, I lost you there for a bit. I lost you there for a bit, Daniel. Yeah, but let me take this question from Ishar. So yeah, Ishar is
everyone
asking
should
whether.
come to Pakistan. The people here are very friendly, and there are a lot of tourist attractions. You can have snow, you can have beaches, and you can have greenery, you can have beaches, you can have snows at the same time.
Yep. Actually, in Pakistan, you can experience every sort of thing. I think
Every sort of weather at the same time.
in any part of the world. Like if you go to north, you can actually experience the snow. You go to south, you can actually experience like the desert areas as well. You go somewhere in the middle, it's just kind of different, and it's just pleasant. Again, I think one of somebody's asking whether Kane would be at Tottenham next season. I think we just covered that earlier, bro. You can really catch on that part. I think he would be with us next season, very likely, unless something really bad happens this season. Daniel, can you actually hear me? Because I don't see you moving.
Yes,
You can
yes,
hear
yes,
me,
I
no?
can hear you. Yes, I was just
Yeah,
reading the question.
yeah. And now, just wanted to ask you a little bit more. How do you think our season this year has gone so far? Like, how would you rate the current season that we have had, and especially the recent January transfer window? How would you rate it out of 10?
This season, to be honest, we were good at the start, but after that, we have seen injuries. uh, you can see it was different for it was the same for every other club, because we have seen first time a winter world cup, so a lot of players went for the world cup and they came back injured. In our case, we can see Bentancur, Kulusevski, and Richarlison. They were all injured, so our season was not good in the mid. And in the January transfer, I think it was the best transfer we can have. We we haven't signed a good player in January. I think maybe it was Lucas Moura we signed in January, or who was that? The other guy,
Kulusevski and
uh,
Bentancur were two. Yeah.
Kulusevski or Bentancur, was these two guys. In this January transfer window, we did great. I think we bring in Poro. He's the man we would see in the. He hasn't played good in the first game, but we will see him exploding next season. I believe, because once we get the other guy, Destiny Ojoji, so they will play good at the
They'll
wing
combine
back.
well.
So to be honest, it was a standard Tottenham season. We would finish in top four, because I don't see Liverpool or Chelsea coming our way. We only have to take an eye on Newcastle and win our next matches, so we will be in contention for top four, and maybe we can win the second leg and go to
Yeah, I
the
think
to the
we win that.
quarters for the UCL.
What do you think are our chances for the FA Cup? Could you hear me there? I was asking, what do you think are the
I
chances for?
think after the injuries to these midfielders. Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me okay.
Uh, to be honest, I'm very optimistic about every other game, but I don't know. Somehow we managed to play so bad that we don't even know what was the problem, why we played so bad. So maybe it's because the uncertainty lying because of Conte, he wants to stay or he wants to go. Maybe because of that we are playing that bad. So we should uh, contribute to our team as a whole. We should go out for the FA Cup. I think this is our chance of winning a decent trophy in years because we have a great squad. So if we see Arsenal and Man City, they are all going for the Premier League, and Chelsea and Liverpool they are out of form. So we have a chance in the FA Cup. We can surely win it if we want to.
Yeah, I think if we play well and the luck of the draw goes well with us, I think we can win it. I mean, has been bad. Chelsea has been drastic lately. I think to be fair, I only expect the real challenge from either Man City or United. Not much. By the way, we have an interesting question in the chat here for you. Are you single, by the way, brother? I'm surprised it came actually from a guy and not from a girl. Uh,
uh,
but I want
I'm
that
not
here.
single.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
not single.
single. I'm in relationship with Tottenham.
Oh, wow, that's a good answer. That's a pretty tricky relationship, by the way, brother. That's
Yes,
it's a roller coaster ride.
a very hectic, a very hectic and stressful.
That's a smart answer to this question, by the way. But yes, on a serious note, are you single, by the way, bro? Because
Yes,
after this video, if yeah, you are single, okay, okay. And yeah, I was going to ask that question as well. What do you think are what are you expecting from our next game against Chelsea?
I think we will beat them. It's our
You'll
chance
be,
to, yes, it's our chance to go. I think maybe if we beat them, we will go 13 points clear of Chelsea.
yep,
So
I think
it's
we
a
will.
great, yes, it's a great chance for us to beat them because they are in very bad shape right now at the moment, and maybe because of us, they will they will sack Potter. So I'm looking at the game very positively. Maybe we can win this game. A draw, but we cannot lose this game. We don't have to lose this game.
Yeah, I think we should be winning this game or
We
even
should
at
be
least a
winning.
draw.
Yes,
We should be winning this game, I suppose. But somehow there's this thing that Chelsea always somehow turn up against Spurs. We have seen that lately as well.
yes. There is also a saying, if you are going through, if you are any team in the Premier League and you are going not in the Premier League or in the FA Cup, you are going at the bad on a bad run, and then suddenly you will visit the Tottenham,
Tottenham,
the doctor,
the Doctor
Doctor
Tottenham
Tottenham,
story.
Doctor Tottenham.
I'm not a fan of it, but somehow it's kind of funny that yeah, it happens usually.
Yes, it happened usually with us only.
Yeah,
So
it
I'm
you know
looking positively at the game. We will win. Inshallah, we will win it.
yeah, that's good to hear. I mean that yeah, we should be winning it and we will win it because I think Chelsea are in a bad form right now. Um, and couple of things I wanted to ask you actually. But I am I'm just thinking in my head as well. Do you guys have happen to have those kind of banter dialogues as well back in Pakistan when you have these kind of games like North London Derby, London Derby? Do you have like rival fans? Do you guys chat with them, banter them a little bit about North London is white or North London is red or London is white or London is blue? Those kind of chats, especially over these kind of games. Like, how is that football rivalry like in Pakistan? Like, I know it's not that serious as how the rivalry gets in UK or in the European countries, but do you still happen to have those cheeky banters or that fun a little bit with the rivals?
Yes, we have, but not with me because there are. just only Chelsea and other Premier League teams who will banter. So there are friends of mine on Facebook and uh, on social media. They will just banter sometime, but a lot of other clubs they have very serious, I think, serious issues with each other. Like Barcelona and Real Madrid, they even have banter pages just for mocking each other. So in our case, there are just my friends in my circle. They will mock me when something bad happens to Tottenham. So Arsenal fans, they have been, I think, they have been sleeping for past 5 years. So now they're
Now they're
waking up.
waking up.
Now they're waking up. Now they're waking up and they're mocking me.
Yeah, actually, my Arsenal friends have well, I won't say they were asleep, but I kind of put them to sleep after last season's North London derby, and when they bottled the game, whole game. I think since then they were asleep, but lately they have woken up as well, and now they have started to banter me. And but now that I think the fans who are asleep is our Chelsea fans. Like if I ask my Chelsea fans nowadays, oh bro, you wanna do a show with me on my channel? They don't even dare to come.
Yes.
So it's hard to find a Chelsea fan for a show these days because all my Chelsea fans are kind of sleeping in their caves. But
Mm.
this is a good question actually from Sajid Ali Khan. Who will be critical for Spurs if they're going to do well this season? Or what do you think about this one? Because uh, in terms of a player or personnel, I think he's asking, who do you think would be critical if we are going to do well this season? What do you think about this, Daniel?
In terms of player or in terms of someone
I think
watching
in
this?
terms of player, I think personnel. I think he's talking about personnel because he mentioned who.
Okay, so in terms of player, I will be looking at two players who I want them to be fully fit and playing at their highest level. One is Son, and the other is Romero. I want Romero to be fully fit until the end of our season, and Sonny to score more goals, starting scoring more goals and helping and assisting Kane. So we will be good.
Yep. I can't disagree more on you with that. But don't you think actually that this is time where we should be a little bit the criticality of the Spurs midfield as well? Like now we have to play with Skip or Sar for the rest of the season. Do you think that they have to step up as well at their
Yes,
game in order to move
but
forward?
we don't have any chances. We don't have any other options. We just have to play skip or sar. If they play bait, we will play bait. If they play good, we will play good. But it doesn't depend on them. We have Højbjerg at the middle, so we can't bring Rodrigo or Bissouma back. But these two have to play alongside Højbjerg. So I think Romero defensively we have to do good because our midfield is always defensive. They are always defensive minded. If you see them, they don't create so much. You know, every creative thing is dependent on just Kane and Son or the wing backs. So if we are good at the back, defensively we can play good at the front and by our wing backs. So midfield, I don't consider them a good or bad because we don't rely on midfield a lot to create like other teams who play like Leicester. They play Madison at the midfield, or United play Bruno like this. We are not that type of team.
Yeah, our system is kind of different. I think I'll say we are more like reliant on the wing backs and the three at the back for the defense. Then wing backs kind of help you create, and then your forward line is the one who scores.
I think I want to add something more here. I think you in Faisalabad. I think you are from Faisalabad. So
Yeah, I'm from Faisalabad.
yes, in Faisalabad, in Chitral and other part of the country where we play football. So there's a saying that the Faisalabadis, when they play football, they play in contest style. They defend, and they play long balls, and they play like crosses for the forward. They don't have a game plan. Their game plan is this: they will play hard defensively, They will defend, 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 and on counters they play long balls and they score the goal.
Wow.
So at the moment we are playing Faisalabadi style at Tottenham.
It's the counter attacking style, right? Is it?
Yes, it is the counter-attacking style.
Yeah, so basically, for those of you who don't understand, the Feslaba is actually basically a city where I am from. So he's basically using that particular example to relate to that style, because now we have quite a big Pakistani audience. By the way, big up to a view from the South Stand TV hashtag Coys. Big up, bro. I don't know, is it Has or is it Mal? Good to see you guys here in the chat. Sajid Ali Khan say only Jose Mourinho can lead Spurs to win a major title. I guess he should be brought back as Spurs manager. As much as I am a fan of Jose Mourinho, I don't think that now he's at his peak. And I think Conte is a much better manager than Mourinho. What do you think about that, Daniel?
I would agree with you because I think Mourinho and his tactics they are I think they are very old. And at the modern day, even we see even Conte is I think struggling with his tactics. They are getting old. He's not evolving. I think Conte is not evolving. He
Do you think
should
it's the
bring in.
tactics or the personnel in Conte's case? Because 3-4-3, it seems to be working quite well for some other clubs. Or is it the inner tactics under 3-4-3? What do you think about that?
Look, I think if we lose to big teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, or Real Madrid, Barcelona, I won't. I think I won't complain. But if you look how bad we played against Leicester, how we
Yeah.
played against Bournemouth, how we played bad against the Nottingham Forest, we can see. So I think when we have opposition who are on a different level, I think a low level than us, then we have to go with a big midfield, a creative midfield. So we have to change our tactics by game. If you have watched the game against Liverpool at our home, we were attacking them, so we were creating more. So if we rely on just counter attacks, we have won the match against Manchester City this season, and last season we also won that. It was the same tactics. So we are very predictable team according to our tactics. So we should be having good midfielders also.
Yep. Okay, I think we are reaching kind of towards the end of it. Is there anything towards the end you would like to say, bro? And where can people find you if they want to find your page? The Pakistan Spurs, if there are any Spurs fans from Pakistan, they can find you. If you can share with us
Ye-
that a little bit.
Yes, if someone wants to reach out, so my page is Tottenham Hotspur Supporters, Pakistani Supported. It's on Facebook. You can search it easily and you can find it.
Share the link as well in the chat. And is there anything else you would like to say to the global Spurs fans community? Any message that you would like to give, or anything that you would like to tell them about the football in Pakistan general that I missed on? Do you like to talk about? Let me know.
No, I think we have done well. So everyone, I wish everyone a good weekend and hope we beat Chelsea and on to the next game.
Yep. I think we will be getting 3 points there. By the way, guys, I have put Daniel's FB page for the Tottenham Hotspur Pakistan page, where he does most of the stuff there. He's quite active there, and he posts all the updates from the games and stuff there. So make sure you guys hit a like or follow that page, particularly for any of the updates from him. And yeah, I think it has been a great show. I mean, to understand the football from the perspective of a local Pakistani fan. I mean, I am a Pakistani myself, but I have not been to Pakistan for the last 9 years. I've been in Malaysia. So I didn't know a lot of these things that actually you shared with me. So it has been quite an eye opener for even myself, and I think the global Spurs community also got to know a little bit more in depth onto the style of football there, or the traditions and the culture in there. It's really lovely to see things from a slightly different perspective, from myself even. And I mean, why don't we all show some support to Daniel in the chat? And if you're watching the videos later, please do comment in the section as well, and give the video a like as well. I think there are a few of you still in the still in the chats. If you can, please help me give this video a like, because as it really helps with the algorithm and stuff as well. And if you're watching this channel for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. We are now on the way to 200 subscribers. And yeah, I think in future as well, after certain games, I would love to have Daniel as well for some of the shows. We would love to have him again. I think it's a great thing to hear from him. And I think he's pretty good in terms of his football IQ and his football knowledge. I really love speaking to him. I mean, let me know your thoughts as well in the comments. It was a great experience. And I'm absolutely excited for things that Tottenham Hotspur Pakistan is now can have in the future as well. Uh, and Daniel, is there any message that you would like to give to the Tottenham Hotspur board if they are watching?
For God's sake, beg the manager. Whoever you bring in, please beg the manager.
Yep,
Just beg
please
him.
back the manager, guys. Please back the manager. If anybody from Tottenham Hotspur board happen to be stumbling on this stream, or yeah, if you happen to know someone from Tottenham Hotspur board, this message is now coming from a Spurs fan from Pakistan who has to really suffer quite a lot. I mean, to wait 2 months for their merchandise to come and stuff like that. Please honor their suffering. Um, and global fans have been asking for it now. So guys, please back the managers and do your job well. And I mean, for myself, I think I've been saying that week in, week out as well. I just wanted to add on, yeah, for those of you who are wondering what I will be doing next, I would be actually doing a Spurs versus Chelsea preview tomorrow with a Chelsea fan, and then I might be doing a fan show on Saturday morning here in Malaysia. It will be late night there in Canada or US, and I think it will be midnight type of timing in UK. It will be on Saturday morning, and then on Sunday I would be at a watch along with either at Spursuation TV or with Dan THFC. I'm not too sure which one I'll be going to. And then on Monday I'll be doing my post match review at Will Stewart 365. So make sure you guys go and hit the like and subscribe to those channels as well. And thank you, Daniel, for joining us today. And
Thank
I'll
you
love to
so
have
much.
you in the back room as
Thank you
well.
so much for having me. It was an honor to be at your show. Thank you so
No,
much.
it was my honor to have you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro. And this is your host, Elias Christian, signing off.